Test, test, test. Let me pull the audio down a little bit more. All right, everything's looking good. Let me check the frame rates. That's looking good too. Yeah, I apologize. I had everything ready and like I have to queue up like a million tabs and get everything set up, and then it was just absolutely dead and dropping every frame. But we're here. We're back. What's up, Funny Projects? What's Omen? Nexus, you're here, my guy. Looking like we got YouTube and Twitter going. All right, so let's get going. Sorry, I'm pretty rattled right now because I almost thought this stream wasn't going to happen tonight. But here we are. So let me see if I can switch over, get the screens going, and then we'll see how that goes. I added back the little PFP, and I'm trying to add a little bit of a chat box so you guys can see it. But anyway, how you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Student Runner here doing our weekly Well Watch stream. We do this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We hang out here for about an hour, and then we go over to the Rainbow Trends Discord and hang out there, and we do open mics, and we talk alpha, we talk games, we talk Toyotas, you name it. You got questions, technical questions, or want to talk to OGs, they're all in there. It's a free Discord, and if you ever check us out at rainbow-trends.com, at the very top, that link right there has the URL. So if you click that, it'll take you to the Discord. With that being said, there's a slight update. The tutorials page now links to the Wikipedia that I've been working on. Try to make some one-pagers with some like detailed information, and that just was not flying. So I ended up making a GitHub kind of for it. And another thing I noticed, the old Kraken affiliate links were not working, and we've had a lot of new people sign up. And if you don't know, if you want 10% off for life off Rainbow Trends, you can use our Kraken affiliate link, and that's all in the Discord. But moving on, glad you're here. We got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to go over my thoughts on a lot of stuff. My thoughts where the market's going to go over the next 12 months. Some people you're not going to see here in 13 months for good reasons and bad reasons. The art of what's going on in this market and how it's not matching up anything we've seen before. Some of that's good, some of that's bad. We're seeing some really cool things with meme coins. We're seeing some really bad things with the Four Horsemen coins. And then I'm going to run you through how we look at markets, what we've been looking at the past like 9 months, use some rainbow theory, how we study whales, and how we're planning on locking in really on this last 12 months. And now that I say that, there's a quote I wanted to show in this stream, and I'm going to have to pull it up because I was unable to do it due to the technical difficulties. But like I said, check us out at rainbow-trends.com. You want to find out all of our info in there, find out in the indicators how this rainbow theory stuff works, go find our network, our friends and families. Go check us out. It's all good. So moving on. I think this quote is one of the coolest things I've seen that explains the people that have been staying here for 9 months going through absolute hell. Frankly, we've been pushing TA to the max. This has been Bitcoin over the past 8 months or so has been some of the wildest stuff I've ever had to chart and try to keep my head on my shoulders, and let alone try to help people figure it out. It's been a wild ride, and it doesn't match any schematic I've ever seen. And I even now that we're out of the range, like it's clearly was reaccumulation and we're going up. I haven't seen the hindsight Wyckoff stuff show up yet, which I thought was kind of coming. But long story short, I really liked this. Pessimists sound smart, optimists make money. And I think that goes along with the sentiment of what the whales are trying to do right now, because the past 8 months has really made a lot of people really pessimistic on the market for a lot of good reasons, a lot of bad reasons. And that's really entraining how you're thinking about markets and what you're expecting to do, and it affects your behaviors. And that has absolutely shifted this past week and a half, 2 weeks. And that's going to affect your mentality over the next 12 months. It feels wrong. It literally feels wrong to be winning right now. It feels weird to be long as hard as we are, and it just feels weird. But we're here, and it's all good. And I want to lock. There we go. I just want to make sure my screen, everything looks good. Okay. So this was something I saw the other day, and I just thought it was cool, and I pinned it for the tweet because this is how I feel because we've been navigating this, longing it, and I just thought this was literally how it feels watching these charts crap for 9 months to finally freaking break out. And it couldn't be any better. And also, I like the Dia de Muertos stuff. To me, this is like dead bulls coming out. And that's kind of the name of the stream. Like, we're not dead yet. And we're going into all-time highs. And it just feels good. It feels right. So let me crank up the desktop audio because I also love this band. If you made it through the past 9 months, you're still standing, you deserve it. You were right. And that's where we're at. And we're going to look at the cycles. I want to really focus on not so much the H4, the lower time frame stuff that I normally do during the week or normally during the streams. I want to focus on some stuff that we talk about as far as like never been done before. The biggest thing with that is there are things Bitcoin can't do, and there are things Bitcoin can do, and that's really key. And when I say that, it's not talking down. It's saying like it's for any coin. I know Ripple can't go to $500 ever. I also know that like Bitcoin can't go to $500 today ever or ever again. And there's certain things that hold, and there's certain things that don't. And I wanted to walk through some of them because I'm now looking at the trajectories of where we're going to be in the next 12 months, and this is really some key stuff. One of the things that has really, really hit is the Pi cycle top indicator. We're not anywhere near that right now. We're looking for this. If you go to look Bitcoin Magazine or look into Bitcoin, if you type it up in Google, you can find this website pretty easy. But it's going to show you the peaks in relation to the Pi cycle top. And one of the things I think a lot of people make the mistake of, they want to get the Pico Schmico top of everything. And in truth, you're not going to hit it ever. I've hit one, and it was one that people don't even think was the all-time high consideration. It was this 13.5 peak. And that's one of the things I wanted to point out. This peak here from like 3,300 to 13.5 was one of the most violent parabolic peaks we've ever seen. And it wasn't flagged on the Pi cycle top indicator. But it pretty much called every other macro all-time high top. So this is something you need to pay attention to. Even if you don't want to pay attention to it, just kind of watch Dime tweets. Dime will start piping up about this when this happens, but we're nowhere near that. We're going to have this set up. And if you don't know what the Pi cycle top is, this is not a 2-hour stream, so just definitely go check this out. But I will drop this in the chat for the YouTubers. And let me know if you guys can actually see the screen on the bottom right. I'm hoping that works because the Twitter people's chat doesn't really work yet. I think Elon cut that part of the server off, but maybe we'll get there one day. Another thing that I really, really, really like, and man, people hate on this so damn much, and it pisses me off. Not because I'm a fan of colors, but I am. The stock to flow Bitcoin model is amazing for a lot of reasons. Now, people bitch about you don't get to the levels are wrong, da-da-da-da. Ignore the orange line. Ignore that. Focus on this, days until the next halving, which is color-coded. If you've noticed, we tend to peak in this yellow section and we bleed out in the green section. These parabolic tops print somewhere between the orange and the yellows, and you're not going to time it perfect. Get that in your head. But you're looking at where we are, and we're kind of in like that dark orange area, which implies we're like here or here, and we're getting ready for the last bit of the run, which is going to be, historically, we're looking at like next 12 months, could be 3 months, could be 12, 13, we don't know, but it's coming. It's looking like we're lining up for the last bit of the run, which is lining up to be 2025. History doesn't always repeat, but damn, it's rhyming right now. So anywho, but again, thanks for everyone coming out tonight. We're going to run through this and hopefully get some insight. If not, send me an angry DM. Been getting those. Those are fun. Bear market vibes. But anyway, this is my chart. You guys know me. I love the Mayer multiple. It's one of the coolest things ever. It's just the data is amazing, but the people just do not know how to visualize it. The guys who originally came up with it, and frankly, from what I can tell on their website and stuff, they kind of abandoned it. And I'm so sad because it's so amazing. And this is the tool that It will not call the top, but neither will you. But it will tell you, tap you on your shoulder, shake you awake, and say, hey, trader runner, trader Nexus, trader Dime, trader 9K. It's in the final stretches. I don't know if this has another 6 months. I don't know if this has another 100% left, but I'm telling you, we are in parabolic mode, and it's coming. The top is coming. Now, we got regime changes. We have institutional Bitcoin investors. We have countries talking about adding it to all their balance sheets. We have countries that are actually adding to their balance sheets. We're in never done before territory. Maybe this bad boy doesn't come down, but pretty much for the most part, if you use the Rainbow Trends Mayer multiple, it's color coded specific. So these are the standard deviations, which is the raw data from the Mayer multiple, and then it's projected onto the chart. Because if you look at the numbers, it's not good. I'd say it's really good. It's just people can't pick it up. And we've already talked about like projections of going into market cycles in regards to the halvenings, regards into a lot of different things. I got multiple market timing peaks, but basically I'm saying somewhere between April and November-ish next year, if the stars align like they used to, this is what we're looking at. And this is what we're looking for, is roughly in here. And I can't really tell you exactly where this is going to hit. Nobody can. But I can tell you what's possible, right? That's what we're looking for. What's possible. So pretty much I can tell you we can't go above the 8.3 standard deviation. I don't care what happens. And if we go over into here this cycle, that's talking like $1 million per Bitcoin. I don't think that's happening this run unless Larry Fink just goes full hand. But you never know. Maybe we can break the Mayer multiple for the first time. But regardless, going back, you can see this is the grind up to the last time, or the first time we went into the 60s. But we started tagging it at like $26,000 and bumped our way all the way up to 65 and then rolled out of it. If you'd have instantly sold, you would have really cried seeing it 3x from where you sold. But it did warn you you're in the last like 6 months, right? Or what was that? From December to April. Yeah, so it told you this is the last 4 or 5. What's up, Gary? How are you? Can you actually read the text on the bottom right? I don't know if I should make that bigger or not. But anyway, this is the 13.5 that the Pi cycle missed. That's our halvening right there. And you can see it just kind of blitzed into this. It held it from June to July. It held it for a month. Then that was the top. The 20K run, which was like absolutely awesome, absolutely parabolic, it bumped it a few times. So it first bumped it at 2,000. That's not good. You would have missed a 10x, right? But in the grand scheme of things, it's telling you, hey, when you're sitting down here in the death throes, it's showing you that, like, hey, it's the end run time. And for the most part, that one went from May of 2017 to December. So it told you, here's 7 months. So it's telling you end times are coming. We can go further back and forth, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, what I'm telling you is some of you are going to make it. Some of you aren't going to make it. Some of you guys are going to have to do another cycle. Some of you guys are going to retire this cycle. Some of you guys might retire your entire bloodline this cycle. It's the last stretch. You've been through hell for a few years now, going through all these death throes. We've been charting some of the craziest chop ETA with some of the weirdest stuff. I'm telling you, this is the time to lock in and start studying these whales and get the last bit. You're going to make the most money in this last run here, and it's going to get violent. And the reason I'm telling you this is, hey, you want the YouTube channels with the open mouth and pointing and crazy PFPs? That's not me. I'm just telling you real. My goal is to get as much rainbow dudes out, log out off this stuff, and I never hear from you guys again except for like a postcard. I hope you guys go chill out on a beach, retire, put in your 2 weeks notice, and never come out of this. But the opportunity's here, and it's coming, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to be really, really tough. You're not going to want to sell here. You won't. The whales do. This mentality, the whales do not want you to think that this is the exit. You're going to be hoping for stuff that's higher. Crypto Twitter is going to start calling for $1 million, all this types of stuff, and you're going to get really, really scared. and not want to sell this. I can tell you, very few people wanted to sell 65. I did not sell this one. In fact, this was the only one I got within the top 2% of the peak. But it was pure parabolic, and it was rainbow trends as F, and it was awesome. And then I got here on my first rainbow trend theory entry, and this was like where I cut my teeth coding and listening to old Carpe Noctem videos. So shout out Josh. And this is coming, and we don't know what it's going to look like. Frankly, we've never seen anything like this before. It could be a triple peak, quadruple peak. You don't know. It's coming though. And this is where I'm thinking worst case scenario is going to be around 200K. Assuming we don't hit the front end. If we hit the front end, that's like 160. But mid-range of this is like 200. Kind of the mid-range is like 250, and then 400K. So a lot of people are calling for lower targets than this. Frankly, if we continue this at any speed, we're going to hit 100K by the end of tomorrow. Damn near is what the charts feel like. I don't really know. I'm in a really uncomfortable mode of how hard it's pumping. But the point what I'm saying is you guys are probably you have been mentally conditioned to deal with this chop, to be told that crypto's dead. It's been dead a million times, and it always been coming back so far. And I think what you're not really ready for is potential targets here. But when you do get here, the whales are going to make you think it's going to infinity, and you're not going to want to sell, and there will be a backside. And it is like a drug addict not wanting to let this stuff go. So, not that you should ever sell your Bitcoin, right, to sound like Sailor, but definitely rip out the copper from your house and pawn it and buy Bitcoin is what Sailor would advise. The point is, you guys are mentally conditioned for pain, and now it's finally breaking out, and it feels wrong, and you're going to get into this mode where it starts going up, and it's going to feel absolutely crazy to even think about taking profits, but you're going to have to mentally prepare yourself to get an exit, because if you don't learn to sell an exit and be able to mentally accept that you're not going to nail the top, it's going to be a bad day. The guys who watched it go from $3,000 all the way up to 65 and sold at like 40 did great, but it sounded awful going from 65 to 40. That's a lot of percentage and gains you miss. Like your P&L and stuff will go absolutely awful. But I'm just telling you guys the truth. I'm not going to be here and talk to you about $500 XRP targets. That's what we're really looking at. And this assumes Larry Fink, BlackRock, doesn't get ETF options and go full degen. Now, they very well may go full degen. We may get options that just go in ungodly amount of volume, and this may just go higher. I don't know. And frankly, if we keep dragging, I'm drawing these in straight lines on the Mayer multiple, but these will start arcing up, and I'm going to have to adjust this as time goes on, but it takes a while. So anyway. Oh, man. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks again. But that's my sentiment. I keep talking about what hurts the most people. Right now, people have learned to be bearish, and now price is telling you go, 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 and it feels wrong. And we're seeing P&Ls that are absolutely mental. Moving on back to my native 4-hour format. It's just my preferred. I apologize, but this is where the scalpers meet swing traders. Is in the H4. 9K taught me that a very long time ago. And this is the crazy chart that we've been talking about. And like you said, if you have any idea what's going on, this is definitely not normal TA, but it hits hard. And I can assure you, it's not built for speed. It's built to be accurate. And it's been awesome. We've been able to tag every level. We've been able to figure out that this 2021 order block all the way back to the old high was really the king. We got through it, and we've been long. And it's been awesome because, unfortunately, a lot of people shorted this. And it did not roll over. It went straight through. And that is always the setup you want. Every time price and colors roll over, we fade. Roll over, fade. You don't want that. You want to bulls need to come up to resistance and smash the ever-living hell out of it. And that's what this is. And typically you don't get through order blocks the first try. That's why you see these pulses. And that's why you see these guys who do Elliott wave theory draw little squiggles like this. And it's real. It's real. I'm not an Elliott wave dude, but I do have a lot of Elliott wave traders that do rainbow theory too. So the point being, we're really, really hot right now, extremely hot. And if you talk to me like long term or short term, I'm very, very scared to sell this. Now, I literally am looking at white RSI, pink candles rolling over slightly on colors. If I wasn't, if my heart was telling me one thing and the calculations are telling me another thing, like this could pull back easily. And frankly, we don't really have any pivots here. So you're looking at like a retest maybe of 74, but I keep telling people I'm out of pivots. All these pivots we've been trading for 8 months, we're now in territory that's never had a pivot placed into it. So like we're grasping at straws here. And that's just how it goes. And that's the art of price discovery. We are going from bounce, 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 chop, 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 crab, 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 pivots, all this stuff. We're now looking at price discovery, and you're going to start seeing the traders who trade trends do better. And you're going to see the people who have mentally been killing all these shorts on resistance keep trying to short this, and they're going to get the absolute crap liquidated out of them. I'm telling you, we're in the final stretches. Do not blow your portfolio here. There is stuff you are going to think is absolutely stupid. You're going to see numbers you think are scamish, and it's good luck to you. None of this feels right for all the wrong reasons. And for the first time in a while, I forgot the intro part. This stream is intended for educational purposes only. It's not intended to be used as financial advice. This is clearly an art stream. I'm drawing a lot of stuff on the chart. These are clearly securities, except this one, Ethereum. But anyway, what's up, Rifu? What's up, bird? If you're the panda bird, please blink twice. Another thing to keep in mind, fear and greed index is almost in the 90s. So there's a lot of hot stuff here. But dudes, every time this thing starts to look toppish, burp, another level, but now we're like in the pinks. And we haven't seen pink candles on Bitcoin in a very long time, since February. And that's when we got like ETF news, and then we got the cluster of whale prints right there, which was just friggin' awesome. But anyway, moving on. Hope my rant wasn't too crazy for you guys. And anyway, we are at the point where the markets are liquidated left and right. People are going crazy. I just wanted to take a look at this. This is liquidation heat maps over the past 24 hours, which apparently we're liquidating longs. So people are FOMO longing this, and wherever there's liquidity, it will get hunted. Ethereum. Oh man, this one's been fun. It's pulling back bad right now. But this is the chart that we've been trading for a very long time. And shout out to the Rainbow Train group in the Discord, because I had some private conversations with Malifestro for a very long time. And I was like, every single person is talking trash about Ethereum. And I see a bottom. Like, big time bottom. This screams accumulation. And I was like, I told him, I was like, I'm pretty sure whenever it gets into this block, if it doesn't roll over, I'm just going to like put this big stack of capital into it. And I did. And it's up. Was way up, and now it's kind of pulling back. So I'm hoping we just sweep that last pivot and we keep going. But if Bitcoin, if everything needs to reset, that's fine. I'm going to deal with it, and I'm willing to hold it. I waited for this thing to show life, and it finally did. And we had our capitulation wick here, got a trade, and then I've just been kind of waiting for this to go. And right around here, I started getting really suspicious that this was like about to go. And I'm like, man, it's been ages since Ethereum's pumped, but like this looks ready. And then I started seeing 9K pick up on it, crypto ISO pick up on it, and it dropped and then went. And once it got to this resistant order block and let loose, I started DCing into it as it climbed through, and now I've got a break-even stop loss. So I'm happy to sit here on a very sizable bag of Ethereum, which feels wrong. But anyway, if we want to short strength, you can, but it's going to hurt. But regardless, for Ethereum, and this is my gauge, I look at Bitcoin and I look at Ethereum a lot because those are the two kings. One's definitely a much bigger king, but like this would be the prince, I guess, and Vitalik's my king, right? Anyway, there's a lot of pivots here. We are not in price discovery, but if my whole thesis here is this looks like a bottom, and if Bitcoin keeps going up, it doesn't matter. It will drag Ethereum up to an all-time high, kicking or screaming. I don't care what anyone else says. Now, everything else may pump 10 times harder. Ethereum Classic may do better, that's sure, but I trade the charts and I trade rainbows, so you can try to like argue I'm being dumb. Welcome to the show. Moving on. We are clearly in meme adoption. Coinbase did some crazy stuff. Coinbase listed Pepe. Robinhood brought Solana, Pepe, and a few others, Cardano and stuff on. Degen liquidity is coming back online, which is fun. And you're seeing some crazy stuff. The other thing, Doge, there's been a regime change. Elon is going to have a lot more authority or a lot more freedom to say whatever he wants. And he's now in a freaking department called Doge, and he's going to be able to tweet about Doge and not get sued by the SEC. So, Doge has gone full mental. We're talking 230% in a week or so, 2 weeks, whatever. That's old school Doge moves. That's awesome. And we actually got to see one of the greatest rainbow theory setups of all time. Machine learning bands printing pinks and cyans. And everyone was going crazy about this, and I said, hey, that's pinks and cyans. I don't care. That's at least a resistance, but that's probably top. And sure enough, it stopped perfectly. Now, I want Doge to go long-term, hardcore, but that cyan band, this is literally like machine learning, which is like a dumb way to say like low-end AI, right? I'm trading AI in PineScript, right? No, this is machine learning, though. That's legit. And that's why it hits so hard, and that's why you see Pixa do a lot of damage with the pink candles and the cyan band. But it's rolling over. The colors are rotating, especially if you go to the lower time frames, H2. Doge is kind of hard to trade on H4, but you can get the macro walls. Yeah, I really like the H4 cyan bands because they go a little bit deeper in time. But we tagged it, and it's rolling over. And the thing is, with these meme coins, they can do this, and then they can just keep trucking. But they keep resetting, and it's really violent. We've seen that a lot with PopCat. That's another one. PopCat hit an all-time high this week. So shout out Aslan, shout out Doppel. They got me to throw some chump chains into this a long time ago because I couldn't stand them seriously talking about the cat coin any longer. And I think I'm up 20x. So it's turned from chump change into a very nice used Toyota. And I'm just going to let it ride because it's fun and it keeps pumping. Pixa keeps trading this as a swing trade on scalping. All right, it's not a swing, a scalp trades up and down, because this thing keeps printing repeatable rainbows. It's frankly disgusting what he's been doing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, he almost hit 15,000 percentage on a P&L. He's frustrated that he did get 15,000. That's who PopCat trading Degen Pixa is. So definitely give him some hell. If price continues, if you guys don't know, I have this very toxic trait in a bet. I bet Pixa. I've been begging for an interview because I love Pixa to death, and I want him to come on an interview. And long time ago, he said, "I'll do the Rainbow Trends interview. Full disclosure, full face reveal. I kid about the face reveal. If we hit 100,000 per Bitcoin." And I have this really toxic trait where I remind him how close we are to 100K. And we hit 93,000 this week. So what I've been doing is I send him motocross riders and I send them the number that is how many thousands of dollars away. And we actually hit 7 this week. And I wanted to take a slight break and show you one of the coolest, most badass humans that's ever existed. This is the wrong video. Hold on. James Stewart, Bubba Scrub. We might have to watch an ad here. Hold on. There it is. Got it. There it is. There's the ad. All right, I'll mute it. So definitely send Pixa a DM and show him how far away we are. But I got an excuse to show my favorite rider of all time, the fastest human that's ever walked the earth, James, Mr. Bubba Stewart.
In motocross, the scrubbers became a game changer. A lot of people can teach you how to scrub, but there's only one person can teach you how to Bubba scrub.
So in general in motocross, the more time you spend in the air, the slower you go because your wheels aren't on the ground. James figured out how to turn upside down on the face of the jumps so he could go faster but jump lower, and this is what it ended up evolving into, and it's just
the Bubba Scrub was born out of pure necessity and my desire to win. A true Bubba Scrub happens when you have the perfect mix between speed and commitment.
I actually have his autograph. Very exciting.
For me, I try to choose rolling jumps or triple faces. If there's bumps up to it, I'll pre-hop it, and then once the both wheels come off the ground, I'll actually lean towards the ground. Or if there's no bumps into it, just slide both wheels off the face of it.
That does not mean
right now, both wheels are off the ground. The bike is leaned over. At this point, I'm just kind of leaning with the motorcycle, trying to keep my head upright so I can still, focus and concentrate. As I'm starting to lean forward, I'm starting to pull the bike back up so I can straighten it up, because obviously when you do a Bubba Scrub, you're only a few inches off the ground, so you don't have a lot of time to be able to stand the bike up. I usually try to turn my front wheels down. If you left it up, you wouldn't be able to lean the bike over. You would actually start losing the resistance of the bike, because there is a point where the bike is free.
See you soon, Pixie.
You're almost just kind of waiting for the bike to try to straighten itself back up. So
anyway, shout out James. He's awesome. Literally the fastest dude who's ever walked the earth. My apologies to all the other champions, but he's my favorite. Another thing, CZ's out, and CZ is getting sued along with Binance. So that's fun. And I need to turn the music way down. My bad. That's about right. All right. So CZ's getting sued, which is not cool. FTX needs to go die, repay the people they screwed over, and then just leave. We don't need to hear about those people, and let everyone else feel their sentences out in jail. You got Caroline in jail, you got Ryan Salami in jail, and you got SPF in jail, and then Tribuco got a deal. So whatever. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. This is BNB, and surprise, I don't think this is going down. We're starting to get that volume impulse that I like to see. It's starting. Now we're looking at here on daily, so this is real slow. This is a little chappy, but it's getting some well prints, and we're hitting in the resistance again. So this thing very well may go. And frankly, I'm more bullish locking in for the next 12 months. Like, I'm thinking these things are going to go into price discovery, and I think it's going to shock a lot of you. Popcat has shocked me, and there's Aslan himself in the chat. What's up, dude? Much love. And Pepe was listed on Robinhood this week. So you actually have a meme coin on Robinhood, and this is what I talk about, volume impulses. Just look at that. And what's interesting, right? That's the announcement candle. That's when we got news and all the algorithms picked up on it that Robinhood was adding Pepe. All of this is insider traders. So you can actually see people getting word and sharing the information that is going to get added to Robinhood right there. There's always an inside trade. Always. Even if it was kept perfectly secret, the exchanges have to go acquire the coin before they list it so that they can actually do liquidity in the books, and they will acquire it. Binance used to do it all the time, or FTX used to do it too. You would randomly see these coins just all of a sudden start doing this move right before a listing. You would just see this. You would see something that chops, and all of a sudden it would start doing this. Then all of a sudden you'd get a Binance listing announcement, and then the price would go. Doo. Luckily, those days are kind of behind us, but you still see the pumps beforehand before they go live. Coinbase has listed it, and now I think you can also get it on. I'm pretty sure it's on Kraken USA. I don't know. I'd have to double check. Bonk was another one. I had too many people talking Bonk. I have independent circles of people that I trust. There's not too many people I do trust, but shout out to the ones I do, because it's like less than 6 people, maybe? I'd have to check what the current counter is. But you guys have heard me talk about who I refer to as my OGs. It's no secrets. But Bonk, I started having independent circles start talking about Bonk, and they're like, yeah, this is one of the only unpumped ones. It's on Coinbase, Dog, whatever. And sure enough, it went, and it actually hit this top order block, which is awesome because people were talking price discovery in the chats. And I was like, man, I'm pretty sure that's the one. And lo and behold, pivots held once again on the daily. And we actually got like right there. We got a TD9 on the daily too. So when Malifestor comes back online, that's going to trigger him. We got real close. We didn't actually get there. We got within less than 1%. So shout out pivots. OG code of Rainbow Theory. It was in version 1. Almost. Actually, I don't know if it was in version 1. I don't remember. If not, it was in version 1.1 or 1.2. It was very old school. But anyway, Popcat, Bonk, all this stuff, it's going ham. Kobe was talking about one called Shrub. Who knows? And it's bullish. And like I said, this stuff is going to absolutely drive you crazy. Why? Because you're going to see P&Ls that are just absolutely insane. It's 185% on spot. We've been seeing multiple days where there's multiple coins that are doing 50%. It's absolutely nuts. Dear God, Aslan, 40ish%. That's awesome. If you guys don't know who Aslan is, you need to find out. But one of the things I need you guys to realize, I always give you a bull case, I give you a bear case. I'm really scared of Litecoin pumping. And right now, Litecoin's pumping. Litecoin came out and said, due to market conditions, they identify as a meme coin. Which is cute, cheeky. I get it. But guys, I'm telling you, every time Litecoin starts pumping, that tends to do a market cycle top. There have been 2 cycles in a row where the instant Litecoin hit an all-time high, everything sold off. And like sold off for good, like 2 years sold off type of sell-off. Not a slight pullback, a big pullback. And I'm really scared of this one. And frankly, whoever's curating the Litecoin thing here, because this is definitely not Charlie Lee, or God, if it is, I hope it's not. What they're missing the biggest thing here. If you don't know, Doge can't run on itself. It couldn't be supported way back in the day. So Litecoin miners picked it up, and Charlie Lee figured out how to make Doge piggyback off Litecoin miners, and they saved Doge. And now Doge is one of the most powerful, popular crypto coins in the world. And now they're identifying as a meme coin, and they're not saying anything that like, hey, by the way, King Doge runs on Litecoin. Like they totally could just be doing like memes and stuff like that about like, hey, we support without Litecoin. There's no Doge. No, they're doing dumb stuff, and they're turning the logo into a meme, which is, let me find it. That's the meme. So, I'm not bullish on this if you can't tell. I'm sorry. Maybe you'll get to 400 again this third cycle, but I just don't want to think about it. With that being said, shout out. I didn't plan this. I'm sorry. I should have been prepared. Shout out to the Litecoin whale who blew up the liquidity on Binance this week. Binance Spot USDT is one of the most amazing liquid books in the entire world. And if you caught it this week, this candle hit. And if you don't know what that is, somebody sold roughly $7 million worth of Litecoin in 1 second. I don't want to dig through this too deeply because it takes me a while to look through second charts. That's the 1 minute candle on Litecoin. Some genius on Binance took a 13% hit trying to sell $7 million worth of Litecoin in 1 second. If you ballpark what they did, they lost about $500,000 in a second with a single click. Now you ask yourself, Runner, isn't that an awful thing? Aren't they super, super dumb? What on earth happened? Frankly, I'm going to tell you this. If you're balling $7 million worth of Litecoin, you're probably not like a super educated whale at that point. There are other coins to go that hard on would be my recommendation. But this is a really interesting thing. Way back in like 2017 when I was first trading and testing like whale theory and liquidity, I remember I was like intentionally trying to like mess with the bots that existed on like the Coinbase's exchanges to see what would happen if they'd let me touch their cells, their limit cells and stuff like that. And I was intentionally like market selling. I think it was like $60,000 worth of Litecoin just for testing purposes because I was an idiot. And I could barely move Litecoin on Coinbase way back in the day, like 5 cents. Like it was nothing. And then this dude went to an even bigger order book and dropped $7 million on Litecoin. And someone was asking me, he's like, is that like tax harvesting? Like an advanced form of like tax harvesting? And I'm like, man, I just don't think someone who's got $7 million worth of Litecoin is smart enough to do advanced tax harvesting. But regardless, I've spent way too much on Litecoin. I still love Charlie Lee to death, but like I don't think these Dino coins are gonna pump. But with that being said, 9K, one of my most trusted OGs, is talking about the old school Dino coins, Doge pumping, XRP pumping, LTC pumping, and now he's talking about the fourth horseman being Zcash. And he's actually tagged me today and says, "Runner, do not buy Zcash this week." And I mean, he goes, "Don't buy Zcash." So I'm like, I think you mean don't buy more Zcash when you're talking to me. And also shout out Jacob Canfield. Hope you got your Photoshop skills fixed. EOS is the other four horsemen that scares the loving bejesus out of me. The four horsemen, if you guys don't know and you're new to crypto, it's kind of a meme that some of these Dino coins get start pumping, and that typically means you're in the last stages of a bull cycle. And in the past, it used to be like XRP, EOS, Litecoin, Zcash. Sometimes it's Ethereum Classic. Sometimes it's ADA. It changes throughout the culture, but it's here for the culture. And in general, EOS is one of the ones I think is real scary to move. And frankly, it moved 54%. And that's a lot for an old Dino coin. So maybe everything's topped out, the market's peaked, and that's all she's got. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but like that's scary. And if you guys don't know what that comment was before, there's been people in the past cycles that have done a lot of stuff and faked P&Ls and baited people into a lot of stuff, and I have zero tolerance for liars. Anyway, the other thing too, looking at Bitcoin, I just wanted to see what Asia's doing now that they're online. I'm not super bearish. People crying about $93 to $87. Bitcoin's above. Bitcoin's in the almost is $85,000. I'm not crazy, but I'm not whatever. But I'm not going to cry about it. But I definitely got to be cognizant of it because, frankly, this thing is printing pink candles in the reversion bands. That's Rainbow Runner, Rainbow Theory, TP, right? But I'm scared to sell this. I definitely won't short any of this, and I don't like shorting in general. But like that's. Whew, this is awesome pump. We've been begging. This is what we've been wanting forever. And it finally showed up. I used to do these streams in these like god awful markets, and there'd be like 5 people that would show up. So shout out to the dudes who've been here this long. And speaking of that, if you guys know anything about the YouTube algorithm, it is baited like you wouldn't believe. So please click a like, drop a comment, share this with anybody. Hell, tell me a bad comment if you don't like this content. And if you don't, why aren't you here? Because I don't charge for any of this. And like that said, I don't monetize any of my videos or any of my media stuff. So definitely show, click some likes, por favor. I'm hoping, let me know. I don't monetize it, so I'm hoping it doesn't show up with advertisements. I don't know if that's the case, but anyway. Yeah, hit the bell, Aslan. This is where I should shill merch, right? Coming up for Christmas, we're going to be releasing Rainbow Trends machetes. So all your kids can have a nice little Harbor Freight machete with a whale on it. That's what we're going to do. But that's wrapping up most of this. If you guys want to hang out for a second, I wanted to show you a drop a comment. You know what? I'm going to throw that. I'll go pull it up in the Rainbow Trends Discord. So we're going to go to the roundtable for now. We're wrapping up at 45 minutes. We're a little bit early. Rainbow Trends Discord, we literally open up the Discord and go hang out with a bunch of people, and we talk charts, we talk whales, we talk about whatever, Rainbow Theory. You want to learn how to code some stuff? I'll teach you. I don't care. It's that's what that's for. And that's where we're heading now. So thanks again for all that came out, and I will talk to you guys.